All right. Okay. So I've tried a lot of bourbon creams here at bourbonblog.com, and you're watching Bourbon Blog live tonight. Tonight I'm chatting with my good friend Michael Smith. He is the founder and CEO of Bushwacker. And once I found this, Michael, I was amazed. I was amazed how good this is. It's so good. And with the name like this, there's a lot of history. So welcome to Bourbon Blog.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We're honored to be on here. I've been following you for a while. I love all of your reviews. So thank you.
Oh, and thank you. And tell us. Okay, so again, this is a coconut cream rum liqueur, rum based, has a lot of elements: coconut, coffee, chocolate. Tell us what this is and what's the history of this. This is so good.
Absolutely. Well, for anyone who's ever been to the Virgin Islands or visited quite a few places in Florida or even Nashville, Tennessee, there's
Yeah.
the cocktail was originally invented called the Bushwacker cocktail
Yep.
down in the Virgin Islands on St. Thomas by a wonderful bartender and bar manager there looking for their own spin somewhere between a pina colada and a mudslide.
Yeah. Oh
And
man.
that's had a regional following in several areas and grown for 40 years now. There's even quite a few Bushwacker festivals, some further down in Florida, some in Pensacola, Florida. And we grew up drinking these because we're from the Southeast ourselves. And that's everywhere we went on vacation in the Southeast, it was Bushwhackers growing up. And
Wow.
a few years ago, we were trying to make these at home for the wife, trying to make a really good one with some good cream because some of the better recipes have scoop of vanilla ice cream mixed in with it, and just to really, make it very scrumptious.
Yeah.
And by the end of the day, there was just ingredients all over the kitchen. By the time we got to drink our drink, everybody was just, tired of all the mess because there's, about 5 or 6 different ingredients and 4 different types of liquors that go into it that aren't readily available everywhere. And we started thinking about, hey, this could be a lot easier if we put it in a bottle. Nobody ever has. All the bars throughout the coastal areas of Florida and a lot of the Southeast carry this drink, but nobody's ever put it in a bottle ready to go, just pour over ice. And that started what we wanted to do with this is make it really back to its roots, as similar to the original drink as possible. Plenty of flavor, but also leave enough room for people to expand on it by adding other ingredients, because we didn't want to hold it into just a Bushwacker. We wanted to make sure it could, be different little spins put on it for at home and at the bar.
Right. I mean, it's beautiful on the ice, and it does taste like someone made this as a cocktail, not just one element, but you have the coffee, the rum. In the original Bushwacker, I mean, from what I understand, it's rum, some coffee liqueur, creme de cacao, coconut. There's milk. There's a lot of different chocolate, coffee, coconut elements, and rum. Right.
Yes, correct. Yes, you've really got to get out to find all of those. Hit at least 1 or 2 liquor stores and go by the grocery store. And then several of those are things you're not going to use in any other drink, more than likely.
Right. You got all these ingredients, but instead, this is a perfect cream liqueur, also ready to drink cocktail. But then you can take this and then do some things with this, like milkshakes, and really have a cocktail from this as well, right?
Absolutely. We see a lot of people putting their own spin on it. Of course, very similar to a margarita or a pina colada pre-mix, ready to drink mix. You can just pour it straight over ice, or some people will blend it and make it frozen. But we see a lot of people then taking anything from strawberries and pureeing them in it to chocolate or even flavored whiskeys like peanut butter whiskey. Drizzle some of that over the top, and it makes wonderful. Probably my favorite way to drink it is directly over ice, and to take the little caramel packets that are in the fruit section of the grocery store. Yeah, for dipping fruits in, is to open one of those and rim just a little bit of the rim of a glass with that, and drink from that spot on the glass and it has a very wonderful creamy caramel flavor to it.
That sounds so good. I put the website up down below, bushwackerspirits.com. If you want to learn more, follow them on social, find cocktails. Again, I know people have probably tried a lot of the bourbon and whiskey creams that are out there. And again, it seems like the more festivals I go to, and a lot of great craft distilleries are doing really good creams. But I mean, I've tried, I don't know how many, hundreds of these. This is really in the top there. I mean, this is so well thought, well balanced. The other part that I love about it is that it's not too sweet. Of course, there is sweetness, but you've really put some beautiful ingredients in here and it's not too sweet.
Yeah, that's what we didn't want to overpower the sweetness because we wanted it to where everyone can enjoy it. You can add something to it if you want it sweeter. You can add something to it if you want it more fruity or more chocolatey or whatnot. We wanted to keep it just a really wonderful, great tasting flavor that can be expounded on, but not overwhelming with any one thing. The coconut in there brings some of that sweetness rather
Yeah.
than putting something in there that would really elevate
It's
it.
real coconut. I mean, I can taste that real coconut.
Right. It's an equalizer in there to keep the sweetness from being too strong.
Mm. It has so many good aged Caribbean rum in this too.
Yes, absolutely. We wanted to make sure we use some rum from the traditional place that it was
Yeah.
invented to give a little throwback to there. So we used Caribbean rum and some aged Caribbean rum in there. We wanted to make sure we used real dairy cream so that it's just we wanted it to be a really great top shelf cream product. And so all the ingredients we use are natural ingredients and are the best ones we could find on the market.
It's a lighter mouthfeel too. That's the other thing. I'm sitting here and I'm pouring a little more. And I'm like tasting it. And it's a lighter mouthfeel than some creams. I mean, it's easy to drink if you are outside next to the pool or the beach. It's not like you're overwhelming yourself with this dairy. I mean, there's a lighter element to it.
We spent a lot of time working on that. As a matter of fact, me and my partner Carter, we got so tired of testing the creams out but we really spent a lot of time on the viscosity of the cream and where we wanted it to end up. Because exactly like you said, a thicker cream turns me off. A lighter cream, the flavors don't seem to come through as well. And so we really worked hard on dialing in the viscosity of the cream base.
You've made it too easy to drink. In fact, you were telling me a moment ago you talked with a friend that had several bottles. What happened? You tell me that story. I like that.
Oh, absolutely. And he's one of the partners in the company now. But at the time when he was looking at coming in with us, he had taken a bottle home. We had talked about the company and where we were headed with it. And I was chatting with him the next week, and he said, Michael, I want to join you guys. And I asked him, I said, what made your final decision to come in with us? And he said, well, last week when you gave me this bottle, I also picked up some vodka and some bourbon. And he said, I had those sitting at my whiskey counter. And he said, the next week I looked there and this bottle was empty. And the other ones we had drank, maybe a fifth or a third of the bottle out of it. And I realized this was a spirit that I was drinking like a ready to drink because of the way it's made. And he said, I was all in. And he said, as well as the point that he had a gathering and said everybody, he didn't tell anyone that he knew anything about the product. He just put those up there. And he said everybody kept going back and trying the Bushwacker and having it. So yes.
But no, it's true. I mean, I only got this a couple days ago, and it's like this is so good. I had it with a little coffee yesterday. I'm having it on the rocks this evening. And the name Bushwacker, where'd the name come from? How'd they decide on Bushwacker?
So we've chatted with the guy who was involved in inventing, a great guy. He's retired now, but he gave all the credit to the bartender who we haven't been able to locate. We've been looking for her for a couple of years to try to talk to. Anyway, it's 1975. He said that she worked diligently for about 3 weeks coming up with the most common recipes now
Right.
that you see if you look online for the Bushwacker cocktail. But two of the people that were visiting the resort there were airline worked for an airline. I'm not sure what they did, but
Right.
said she was trying it on them every night. And they had a dog, which was an Afghan hound with them. And he said they would bring the dog in. Everybody in the bar loved the dog. It had become its mascot for the week. And the dog's name was Bushwack. So when they finally helped her dial in the recipe, and she was like, "This is it," and they were like, "Yes," it was the patrons of the bar. They said, "Well, what are we going to name it?" And they said she looked down and said, "We're naming it after Bushwack." And so that's how Bushwacker came about.
Incredible. That is what it was named after, that dog. And again, the name of the bar. Do we know the name of the bar it came from?
Yes, the bar is no longer open. The building it's in, it's still a bar and restaurant there, but it was the Ship's Store Bar and Grill on St. Thomas Island, and it was that's where they came up with it. Yes,
St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, Ship Store Bar and Grill. This would have been 1975.
The spring of 1975.
And do we know the bartender's name?
Yes. If you Wikipedia it, her name is. I'm going to look it up real quick.
It's okay. I'm just thinking, if somebody's watching and has ever known who this person is, maybe we're going to help you find her. So begins.
Yes, right. So if you'll look up Bushwacker cocktail and on the Wikipedia, even though I understand it sometimes is not correct, but if you go look at it, it's got all that information is correct on there. Tom Brokamp was the manager then. It was Angie Conquiliaro.
Angie from the bar, right?
Angie from the bar, who had a famous cousin at the time, actually, that played for the Boston Red Sox. There was a great young player who had his eye put out by a fastball, but was supposed to be one of the best in the league as a rookie or something. So she had a famous cousin. So you can go look up articles back in the day about Bushwacker cocktail where she's mentioned, the famous cousins mentioned, and where they invented it. And because it exploded for about 10 years there in the Virgin Islands and then throughout Florida, and continued to just be one of those things that was regionally really well known for 50 years now.
There's history. There's real history. And again, tell us if you're watching this, and if you're saying, "Hey, I've had a Bushwacker cocktail." I see some people writing that right now. Tell us about that down below. And again, it's rare that we get a chance on Bourbon Blog to say, "Hey, help us find somebody." If you can help us find this Angie, reach out there to Michael and the crew at bushwackerspirits.com. Who knows? Maybe somebody will find her. No matter what, thank you, Angie, and thank you, Michael, and the whole team for creating this. This is so delicious. It sounds like because it is so delicious, it's gotten such rave reviews, and I'm giving it a great review too. You're going to be producing a lot more of this coming up.
Absolutely. So we're having it co-packed right now. Someone else is producing it for us, but we are our main office is out of Sarasota, Florida right now. But we are building or starting to put together a bottling facility and warehouse in Georgia so that we can bring the production of it in-house. And we're going to have some new flavors, some different versions coming out in the future that we're prototyping right now. So we're trying to get all that in-house to have us a thing, because it's been a wonderful ride. We weren't expecting to be here just 2.5 years after launch.
Right.
So we're happy to be on this ride with it.
Are you able to tell us any of the flavors you're looking at? I don't want to give away any secrets, but are you?
Well, I'll give you one of the ones that hopefully will be soon is a strawberry version. Have a little bit of strawberry flavor to it, and
that sounds good.
Take a beautiful looking bottle with pink liquid in it, and that. So what we've been doing is chatting with all of the bars and restaurants to see what are the most common flavors that people like with it.
Right.
And strawberry is up there at the very top of it. People love to put a topper on it that's strawberry vodka, or to have some pureed. One of the most common drinks we're seeing out there is wilt or vanilla vodka.
Yep.
Bushwacker and pureed strawberries. put
Wow.
together. Makes a wonderful drink with a touch of citrus maybe in it.
That sounds
Um,
really good.
and so we're going to go with a strawberry version, but we've got a lot more coming. We'll have to do another chat later when we're getting ready to launch those and talk about them.
I can't wait. I mean, it's such a great product. And again, if you've ever had cream liqueurs and you've said, this one's too sweet, I'm not sure I'm a fan. This one is the right balance. It is like having just a beautiful cocktail. Definitely recommend you check it out. Everybody likes it, no matter what they're bourbon fans, cocktail fans. You've had people, all types of people loving this, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what we're seeing is we get a lot of response, especially from wives and girlfriends and whatnot that tell us, hey, I bought this because I love the bottle. It's exactly what we'd want to take over to my friend's house to drink. But normally when I buy some of these creams and cordials that we like, I can't ever get my husband to have one. And we're getting a lot of feedback. They're coming back and saying, hey, my husband will have a couple of these with me. He likes this. You guys didn't make the flavors too strong in there that normally turn him off. This is great, and we're getting that across the board. Is that we're really going across a lot of boundaries and demographics that we quite frankly weren't expecting to begin with, and we're so happy to get that feedback and be a part of it. Like you said, it's a lot of history here. The cocktail's obviously been very good for a lot of years, so all we had to do was try to replicate it as well as possible and just go in there and be one little part of that history of the Bushwacker.
Incredible. And you're bringing back some history. I mean, this is something that, again, started in the 70s in the Virgin Islands, in the South. Are you hearing from a lot of Southerners that say, hey, we haven't heard of this? We've heard of this, but we haven't seen it for a while. What's that been like to hear about it?
Yeah, so it's very that's been very interesting for us, especially our team now that our company's growing and having to educate everyone on how we talk to people about it, depending on where we're going. Because of course we started in the Panhandle of Florida, is where it's probably the most popular, other than the Virgin Islands. And we started there, and everybody knew what a bushwhacker was, and we love that area, and it's great. And we did get a lot of people there that wanted to say, my recipe might be a little better than this one. So that's fun to go back and forth from. Say, well, great, we're a good base for you to make yours from. Now you don't have to go get those ingredients. As we moved down into the rest of Florida, we found out that about 50% of the population or areas knew what a bushwhacker was right off the bat, and about half of them didn't. So, but really quickly they enjoyed it. Like we got down to Tampa, and out on St. Pete Beach, people that had vacationed there knew what a bushwhacker was. Up in downtown Tampa, the people we talked to had never heard of it, but they looked at it and they were like, "Oh, bushwhacker, yeah, that's got to do with pirates. We love it." So we got different reactions. Nashville, Tennessee, the bushwhackers real popular there. Georgia, about half of the businesses or the bars knew what a bushwhacker was, about half didn't. So, but we're getting great reception from both of them. Once we get them to try it, they love the bottle, the package, the name, and the taste. One of the most interesting has been we have been just overwhelmed with people from Michigan calling us and emailing us and reaching out on social media, wondering when we're going to get up into Michigan, because obviously a lot of the people from that area vacation in the Panhandle of Florida.
Oh, right, right.
And it's their vacation drink, and they're all like, "I've never thought I could take it home with me."
No, that's so cool. Well, what's cool is too, it's stayed in the South, but it's people in Michigan and other places know about it. But you're really going to educate people across the whole country, even further, perhaps globally, about this drink that started in the 70s, basically through recreating, putting it out in a bottle. I mean, it really is amazing.
Absolutely. It's about time. It's waited long enough to have its coming out party, and we're hoping to help it do that.
Hey, it's delicious. And again, as I'm sitting here pouring a little bit more, I've had at least a good couple pours here. It doesn't weigh me down. I mean, there's creams out there I like, but this doesn't weigh me down. It's light, it's easy. You've done a great job. I can't wait to see what you do next, Michael, and to your whole team. Well done. Congratulations on this. And Again, Florida. Tell me the states again, real quick, that it's currently in.
We're already in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, and Tennessee. It'll be in Mississippi in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
We've got Kentucky, Texas, and Louisiana, and several more that will be coming on this year. But our website, bushwackerspirits.com, you can hit Find Bushwacker, and there's maps right there that'll show you all locations that currently carry it.
Really well done, my friend. Thank you so much for being on Bourbon Blog Live. Everybody who's been watching this, thanks for watching and sharing your stories. And take a moment, like this video, share it, and let everyone know about this delicious drink. Again, perfect for the summer, but I can imagine this would be just great any time of year. I know I'll be drinking it probably even in the winter.
Makes a great eggnog.
Oh my God, I can imagine this. It's perfect. Hey, thanks so much, Michael. Really appreciate you being here with us tonight.
Thank you, Tom. It's been a pleasure and a big fan and love what you do.
Thanks so much, buddy.